Yeah, thanks, Shubs. Good afternoon to members of the media. No, we've been preparing very well. We've tried to focus a little bit on understanding what personality is needed from us on Saturday, and the players have been responding well, working hard, and looking forward to a very good game of football on Saturday. Yeah, thanks, Benji. The fixture, well, it's in the fixture list, and we know of course we have to play all 15 teams twice in the league, and then of course because we are involved in so many cup competitions, there's that possibility. But the fixture is what it is, at any time we know we have to play everybody, and it's one of the 30 games we have to play, and you are not in control of the timing, so it is what it is. Injury update. There's a lot of work being done by the medical team and the rehab guys, which is very, very good from a sports science perspective. We've only got serious injury to Sipombule, who's still out, and Tapelo Morena out, Tapelo Maseko doubtful, Obas out, will not make it. Nku is back. Lucas Ribeiro will do a late fitness test. So that's more or less what we have. The rest are okay, and we have to manage the situation as it is, and I'm focused on mainly what is on the training pitch and what is available at this moment in time. Doesn't help to focus on the players that are not available. Yeah, we have to get it, but this time it's a bit difficult because we're getting it from the defending champions. So we know that we come into the game playing against the champions, and of course that it puts a little bit more from a mental perspective to demand a bit more from ourselves. But of course this is what cup competitions are about, and the players have done exceptionally well to put the team in the final, and now we've got to just fight for one more game and try to make sure that we start the cup competitions off on a very good note. Now, fortunately, there's an experienced group, and there's a leadership group amongst the players, and you've just got to trust that they understand the meaning of the game. I don't remember, number one, any easy game for Sundowns, so you've got to remind me. I don't remember an easy cup final, number two, so you've also got to remind me. And in any competition, once you get to the final, for sure it gets harder than the semi-final could have been any other match. So there's no need for caution to be thrown to the players. I think we've got a very good group of professionals who understand the importance of the game, and now we just have to go for it. Up until I have to hand in a team sheet. So that is as late as 90 minutes before kickoff. And then we would do that for all the players. We've done it before in the past. And any other player, in fact, I think there is possibilities of one or two making it from that injury list. And we will wait up until the last minute to rule anybody out. It's an important game. We need everybody. We've got a very good squad. But yeah, for sure we need everybody, and Lucas is one of those that are important for us, and we will see. The medical team will do the best that they can in that department. You see, the problem, it's not a problem, but I think the detail is in the fact that the personality of Pirates during 90 minutes is not the same. And all our encounters, the way they start is not the same way as they finish the first half, is not the same way they start the second half, is not the same way they finish the match. And I would assume that just like them who go into every single detail, we are the same. We try to zoom into the details. We try to plan as best as we possibly can. We try to make sure that the players have enough information. At times, we give more information than necessary, but that's what we believe in, because preparation eliminates fear, and I'm a big fan of that statement, because when you are prepared, you have less anxiety. When you have less anxiety, you are able to read and see situations a little bit better. You have an understanding of the opposition. Is it a midfield 5? Is it a midfield 3? Is it a midfield 4? Do they press with 1? Do they press with 2? Do they press with 3? Do they press to go in, out? Do they press to go out, in? Do they build from the back? Which side do they want to go to? So there's a lot of things that the players have to be aware about, and that is the information we try to give them, and base it on footage, base it on data, and then also base it on a lot of their experiences. We talk a lot to the players. I ask them, how do you feel? What do you think? What did you see? What did you experience? And of course, then you try to formulate some form of ideas about what you want to get from the game. But of course, it's a difficult opponent with some very good players on the pitch, and an opponent that's playing its third cup final as a group. So we know, and we understand the magnitude of the assignment, and we have to go for it as well. And hopefully it's a very good game of football, without the harassment of referees, without the physicality with tackles that are over the top. With almost every game we lose a player against Pirates, like with a very, very severe injury. Hashim Domingo, the Cullen Black Label. Nasir is still not here because of the situation with Ponchane. In the last game, CBC took Marcelo out on the halfway line with his starts up 2-footed tackle. And Marcelo hasn't really recovered from that. So I'm hoping for a game that doesn't have too much of those, and we have more football, and the people are able to talk about the football and less about the handbags, the things on the periphery. So hopefully that's the type of game we get to witness.
All right, sure, Patty. Greeting to you, everyone. Patty, man, all I can say is that a player is always there. It's all about how we push ourselves, and now we stay disciplined and try to be coaching when as a player. And for me, I am very good group. Improvement always gives support, headband players pushes you. And I'm looking forward to the game. And it's going to be an exciting game. That's what I can say. I think it's going to be a very interesting game, to be honest, because obviously they are the defending champions. Obviously they'll all come. They'll want to make sure to win the cup, and obviously we as the coach has said, we are ready, and we well prepared. We just want to make sure that we come back with the trophy back home. In a minute, revenge. Nah, we just are taking every game like normally. It's not all about revenge and stuff. So no, it's not true. We're not dirty. As we just want to play football, playing good football to make our fans happy. And obviously we just want to win game and try to improve ourselves as a team, even individually. That's what I can say. And obviously when you play a Pirate, obviously all the time they wanna be physical. and I'm sure they want to win the game whenever they play against us. Even us, they may turn in the face same, because we want to win every game we play. So yeah, Tom Wilson is an important player for the team. Would be much good for us if he's available. Yeah, a good player, strong, he can dribble, he can finish. I mean, he has got it all, and he has been helping the team all along, and we need it. Yeah, that's what I would say. Oh, first of all, I didn't know that I am on the plans. The person in my mind. But it feels good because surprised in the same guy that he was always pushing from day one when I arrived at top up. Even today, he still give me a call and coach me and tell me you should have do this, you should have done this, I appreciate him or not. And for the young ones, what surprise did to me, that's what I'm doing to the young ones, trying to push them, try to make them aware that it's not about one game or 10 games, but it's about try to be consistent each and every season. I know it's not difficult, but it's doable actually for yourself, and it's such a good for yourself. Yeah, no,
Was it difficult?
yeah, very difficult obviously, but because I love football, and I'm doing football, but it's all about understanding that I have between me and the coach, and then try to accept the situation, because at the end of the day, they're helping me to become fresh for a week's day. And it's not about me, but it's about the team. We want to see the team do well, we want to see the team win, and we want to win trophies. So yeah.
Yeah, I like the disclaimer at the beginning. I know it's not your place. I like the disclaimer, and you're right, it's not my place. What I can say to you is that, of course, there's an empathetic sense because we have the same profession, and I'm sure you will learn and grow from these situations. Today is him, tomorrow is another coach, tomorrow it could even be me. So that's why you have to have some form of empathy and some feelings, but this is our profession, and this is what we signed up for. It comes with this, and it also comes with that. You know what I mean? So it's part of the package. Some people say with eloquent English that when you pray for the sun, be prepared for the rain, and when the rain comes, be prepared to deal with the mud. So that's our profession. We pray to be head coaches of big clubs, and when you are a head coach of a big club, you have to be prepared to deal with very uncomfortable situations. And I know, because I've been there. So I'm not talking out of lack of experience with that, what he is going through. But God loves us all, and I'm sure the sun will shine again for him, and he knows that, and he's more experienced than me, to be honest. He's seen more of these situations than I have, so for sure I should be the last person to give him any form of advice.
Yeah, no, the memories is like Moses Peter is always good, and obviously whenever we go there, we always play good football, and the responsibility is always big. I mean, to captain and to Mamelodi Sundowns is not an easy job, but as I said before, with the support that I get from the guys, they make it easy for me, and yeah, it's always good to play in Moses Madi. I start with firstly, it's not all about being fit. It starts at training. If the mentality, it's right at training, you train proper, you eat proper, you rest. I think you'll approach the game differently. Obviously, you make sure that you help the team with everything you do. So yeah. Normally I don't do works to it. To be honest, I just train like I'm not like musician, which road works, So
No, but it's true. He works very, very hard, musician. Yeah, it's a good question, and that's really what we try our utmost to do now. It's a bit complicated because of the number of games and the lack of training time. This week is a little bit of an anomaly for us because we've got some time on the pitch, we've got some work that we can do, we can fix a couple of things with some video sessions that are in relation to our method of playing, and then we can develop our team without a focus on too much. As we get closer to the game, of course, now we start to narrow in and zoom in on the opposition and what the opposition does. But the first couple of days we've used for development of our profile. And what we have to do is continue what we are doing. I think at this moment in time, we've found a balance between the two, a very good balance between a pragmatic way of making sure that we get the results, but of course with a profile that speaks to the way we feel about football. You know what I mean? And then what we have to now continue with is to be consistent, to be focused, and not get tired of winning. And as soon as we can do that, we'll continue to improve. The good thing about this team is, she said it a couple of minutes ago. She said players must be coachable, and I think that's what we have. You know, we have a group that is coachable, that is always looking to improve, that is focused on not just making the team better, but getting themselves better. And as long as we have that, then we are in a good space, and we'll continue to try to be better and better and better. And that's the focus, is to be better than we were yesterday. Yeah, in relation to the Super League, it's a pity because I don't have the answers for you. And deliberately so, because we've got a cup final, you know, and the focus has just been on that. I'm aware of the noise, but I don't have enough information to be able to give you a proper, respectful answer in relation to that competition. So you'll have to excuse me by passing that one. Do we look at no? Because and honestly, you can ask the players. I've spoken already about what we have to do, the profile of the opposition. I've said no word about the results, no word, and I do that deliberately, even with all the teams. We don't speak about their form, we don't speak about the results, we speak about their profile. And we profile the players, we profile a lot of other small details which I can't go into because there's a lot of things that go into a football match, particularly when you play against the teams that are of the profile of Pirates, that can hurt you as well, especially. So you've got to be aware of those situations and pay attention to even the smallest of details. And that's where it ends for us and the rest of the technical team, is just focusing on the details and the minute details, and not necessarily focusing on the form and the results. So I wish there was a way to ease the pressure at Sundowns. There's no easy way. So it's always the profile of the club demands, and yeah, we want to try to win every game. I've said that already publicly, and I cannot back away from that statement. We try to win every game. We try to prepare every single training, every single day to be ready to win every single match. And that means that whatever competition it is, whatever situation it is, we have to try to win the game. And that's what we will look to do on the weekend. And it has absolutely nothing to do with trying to ease the pressure. The pressure will always be there. And pressure is a privilege. And that's how we look at it. Pressure is a privilege. How we play, if we want the opposition to press us, because pressure is a privilege. And there's certain things that develop from the opposition applying pressure. But that is also off the pitch as a coach, as off the pitch as players. Pressure is a privilege, because there wouldn't be pressure if there was no level of expectations. And there's level of expectations, one, based on the club you're at, and two, based on the expectations that you've provided through your performances, and people believe that you are able to deliver. And so that creates pressure for you. So that is that. And even in life, you guys in your jobs, some of you have got a lot of pressure because you set the bar very, very high with the quality of your work and the content that you provide. So there's a lot of pressure to be consistent and to continue. So that is, you can't live without pressure. And society develops, and the more society develops, there's pressure for all of us. And I've said this to you guys, that the biggest pressure at the moment is artificial intelligence. Is artificial intelligence replacing all of us? Sooner rather than later, the players will be coached by robots. Yes, articles will be written by robots. You don't have to be here, Benji. You can sit at home, and you put a small microphone like this at the things, and then the article is written for you. It's like that. It's going into that space. So how do you still manage to keep your job and put food on the table when we are under pressure from a robot? No, and we talk about it with the players. They're laughing because it's a topic I talk to them about. I tell them that in the future, they will have earpieces. But I don't think football will be replaced and be played by robots. No. But I think there will be earpieces that control the movements of players more and more and more and more. And they'll play with cameras on their chest. Yeah, it's true. And virtual reality will become even more and more and more. And now what will start to happen is you'll start to have a personalized Mshishi coach that sits and has a laptop open that is screening Mshishi's movements and sees Mshishi's perspective on things. And he has an earpiece that tells him a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right. Some players will take the things out, but of course this is where, and it's happening already, I'm told, in basketball, in American football, in rugby, in some of the sports. I'm told it's already happening, where the players are, everyone has a specific coach. Sailor has a coach that sits with the laptop that watches Sailor's movements from a camera that's put here, and scanning the things that Sailor scans and sees and gives instructions to Sailor. That's where this thing is going. So that's the pressure. McDonald's now, there was a shop in America that was open. The same robot that took the order is the same robot that prepares the burger, is the same robot that takes the payment, is the same robot that issues the burger. It's happening. It's really happening. And AI is big. Is bigger. It's bigger than even climate change and these things. Artificial intelligence is a real stress. And for people like myself, I'm asking myself, will there be a need for coaches in the next 5-10 years, or maybe even 20 years? And if I want to stay in the job and as a coach, what do I have to do to make sure that I am irreplaceable by a robot? That's my thinking every single day, is what do I have to do to make sure that in 5 years' time and 10 years' time, I still have a job in football, And that's the pressure. Not necessarily the pressure of many other things, but that's the pressure really. There's a way I can answer that question honestly, and there's also a way that I can. The problem is, if I'm honest, I know you'll twist my words. No, the media in general. No, it's true, and I try to not say things that I try to. And you've seen. I think you've seen now. My questions are very. The answers to your questions a lot are very direct and specific, because I don't want to leave the door open. And there's two ways for this situation. It's good for Pirates. I honestly hope that 80%, or maybe even 90% is Pirates supporters. I do hope so, because I know what happens. I've been at Pirates, so I know what happens. So no comment on that. Let me leave it open, and I hope it is like that, to be honest. I think we've played our best games when we've played against in Wydad. We in Algeria against Belwishtad, they were whistling and they tried to make it uncomfortable for us. in Alaswi, the flares and dark and smoke and things, they try to make it difficult for us. And I think I've seen the team respond. Even at Orlando Stadium twice last season, this season, they tried to make things difficult for us. And I've seen this team respond. So I don't think that plays too much of a factor in terms of our approach to the game. And I just want to say to the Yellow Nation, huge thanks for the opportunity. Actually, we thank them for their love and their support. We appreciate them a lot. We are in this thing for them. We are mere servants, and part of that servantship is to make them happy. And so we will try to continue to do that. And they are our rhythm. You know, they keep us going. They encourage us. They go with the drum everywhere, home, away. And they make us feel loved and appreciated. And that is such an important feeling, that thing, you know. I always say that every human being wants to feel loved and appreciated. And I'm glad that Mamelodi Sundowns supporters understand this, and they go out of their way to make the players feel loved and appreciated. And that in return makes us push for them to feel loved and appreciated. And it's a give and take, and a relationship that's very healthy, and we are very glad that we can count on them in good and in bad times. Thank you, guys. Thank you, members of the media. Drive safe. Take care. Take care. Drive safe. More. We had. Sorry.